Virgos. Virgo. I heard all the Virgos go, fuck. Is he going to go off on me? You know what, Virgo? We're going to give you fucking... Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Oh, I'm going to give you these beautiful... Look at it. Louis Vuitton cards. No, joke.
The old touch-tone tarot.
The old touch-tone tarot.
Very deceiving.
They look all bling, but really, it's the most boring deck in the fucking decks of decks. You know, I feel like who would own touch-tone tarot? Like, I feel like, you know who would own it? Besides me. You know, I bought this thing up north.
Who?
In Hella, NorCal.
Hella.
I feel like an old lady lesbian judge who doesn't have a partner, who's old and retired and lives alone in the wilderness, would own this deck. Is that what you're going to be, Virgo? That is the question.
It's a very hermity deck.
I mean, you know what? Virgos will align with, at least this deck is very precise. The shuffling, the way that it shuffles, the card stock's nice. Like, it's just such an easy deck to shuffle. That's why I like it. But gosh, the people on it, I wouldn't fuck one person. Maybe there's one chick I'd fuck in the deck, but everybody else would be like, nope. Like, everybody looks at in this dimension, like they're all in like Virgo land that's not having fun and too critical and too like, I don't think I'm gonna, no, it's gotta be this way. That's not organic. That's not the right fucking vacuum. That's not the right hair fucking dryer. Like, you fucking did it too hot on that. You grunted too loud. Like, oh my God, oh, shit. But Virgos I know aren't like that. I'm just triggering you because it's time for you with the best relationship transits to do something. All right, you pulled the 8 of Cups in reverse as your first card here. You pulled the 8 of Swords as your challenge. Uh-oh, that's what I was picking up on. That's exactly what I was picking up on. You pulled your overall as the 5 of Cups. What is going on here? I'm telling 4 of Cups. I'm telling you, I'm not bullshitting you, Virgo. Like, I'm not trying to trigger you. I felt something coming through that was very barren and not fun. I just did. And I'm going to start with that 8 of Swords first. Like, this is where you're trapped in your head and you feel trapped and you don't know what you're doing in love and you don't know what to do next. You got a 5 of Cups where you're just like sorrow in the future. You got a 4 of Cups underneath this where it's like, well, I'm just going to look at it. I'm not going to do it. And look at, do you think this guy's fucking, he's always like, he's the guy who's like, I don't know. I'm not going to do anything in life. I'm just going to sit here. I try to look like I'm Rembrandt or somebody who's done something significant, but really I'm just a guy who just tries to look the part, but I really am not doing shit. And you got an 8 of Cups here in reverse, right? It's like too afraid to walk away from something, or you're trying to walk back into something from the past. Death card reverse. You're trying to resurrect something, or you have a person that you're trying to leave, but you're too afraid to leave, or you don't know how to leave, or you're trying to resurrect something. You're literally trying to resurrect the dead. I actually like, this is my favorite card in the deck, because at least their death card's fucking real. Like, I love this card. You know why? Because the death card's like, fuck yeah, it's my time to take this motherfucking soul. Bye-bye. And they're, no. And he's like, yeah, it's my time. But you got that reversed. No. Can't let go of something. Can't walk away from something. We're trying to resurrect. You're trying to resurrect something. We're trying to have a, reconciliation. What's up with that 5 of Cups? 10 of Pentacles. I think that you're just trying to find, I don't know. This is so weird. I'm already on a weird trip with Virgo at the moment here, just because this is just getting kind of odd. I feel like you're at a place to where you really want to find a place to feel secure, safe, have everything that you want, money, like a safe home. But like, I don't know, you have this sorrow here. You got the Touchstone Tarot card itself, which is, I'm sorry to say, like I said, there she is. Like, I feel like I need one more card. Six of Swords. Yeah, you're too afraid of actually what it would be. You know what it is? You are afraid to actually, like, if it really were to show up in your life of what you want, you wouldn't go. Like, so it's like you're trying to get to what you want, but the block is that you are not fully 100 on actually if it was real and ready to go, or you heard from the person that you want to hear from the way, you wouldn't do it. You would be like, no, I got to still wait, all right? Or you're doing everything opposite of what you're trying to have, right? So if you're like trying to get married, but like you're moving in with your best friend, probably not going to happen. It's like simple shit. Virgo is very simple. You got to watch your actual like reactions in your world. You're like, I'm going to like live with my parents. Well, we got a 10 of Pentacles here, so it definitely deals with home shit. So you're trying to manifest something other than what your home life is right now. Queen of Swords in reversed. Wow. Well, that shows that you have no idea where you're going or what you're doing. And to be honest with you, a lot of it is I think you're way overthinking and you're way too much sitting in ponderland and looking at it and not doing anything about it. And you got a Queen of Cups. You think that you can resurrect something and feel good? But I think that you're at a place to where, I mean, you have to resurrect yourself first of like feeling comfortable within yourself and the life that you want to be and be willing to go on the journey that you want to go. What's your overall that shit? Fucking Page of Wands. You need to learn to be the fun one again. You need to learn to be the positive one again. I think that you are that. I just think that you have to like show up that way and also be more open to showing that, because the Page of Wands offers love, right? From the King. So it's like, I'm getting and I'm channeling that you need to actually be communicative, like little things. Like if you're moving in with your parents and you're fucking like trying to date somebody, that's coming up in their head. You need to be clear on that. Like, hey, I know I'm moving in with my parents, but that's just only if like this doesn't work out and I want to be with you. Like, oh, okay. I think that you just need to find clarity. Because that Queen of Swords reversed is not being clear on the stuff that needs to be clear. And you're wondering why shit's not working. It's like you are not clear on the specifics. And you expect that from others, but you're not being clear yourself. That's what I'm getting. What's going on in Camelot world for these Virgos? Lancelot. Well, Lancelot's Mr. Chivalry here. And you know what? He's Mr. Love, fucking devotion, and let's go, and the heroism. You need to pull that out. I feel like, you know, you need to be somebody who's ready to fucking show up. Like Lancelot is the one who created chivalry, literally. And that is where chivalry comes from, is Lancelot, the story of Lancelot, in real life too. So I think that you're at a place to where it's like, you know, you got to show your devotion. You got to show where you want to go. I feel like that's your problem right now, is that you're too afraid to show that. You're expecting others to do that, but you aren't doing it yourself. So you got the Serpent. I'm pulling another one with that too. And letting go. Wow, that's fucking weird. What? And that fell out fucking what? Like eagle? Connection to the angelic realm? Like, I feel like you're afraid to fly. And I feel like at the same time, you know what to do. But this letting go, I think you're letting go of holding yourself back, being clear on what you really want. Like, you know, like let go of what's holding that back to set yourself to fly. I feel like you're almost being too, I don't know how I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it on the nicest way I can, the way that I'm reading this deck. You're being a hypocrite. You're expecting other people to do what you want to do, but you're not doing it yourself. I just said it. And this has nothing to do with Virgos I know or anything like that. I'm purely just going off this shit. I know some Virgos might be like, fuck you. My mom's a Virgo. My brother's a Virgo. Like, you know what I mean? Saturn truth card here. I'm sorry to say, you're dealing with the fucking hardcore shit of growing up and needing to do the truth. And I don't know how to tell you any different, like, of how to be love, like express love and be love. I feel like that's a problem for you though, because you're not thinking about all the little things, and you're not. The Page of Wands has a whole list of what's going to be good and beneficial for love. Like, I will love you every night. The king's going to give you all the money too to have this. The king's going to make sure that you have people to take care of you for this. The king is going to take you out on a fucking date on the horses and go on the fucking boat and do it. Like, you're not doing that. That's your issue. You're not showing your offerings. You're expecting everybody to show their offerings, and you're not exposing anything that has value to show your own. That's your Saturn truth. Your shadow, fuck. Your cards don't even want to stay on. Resurrection, look at that. There's that you're trying to have some sort of comeback, but you're actually not doing the comeback. That's so weird. It's like you're trying to have a resurrection. You feel confident that you could resurrect something, but you can't even resurrect yourself. You're trying to find the reprisal. You're trying to find a comeback. You're trying to find a recovery from things, but you're not recovering yourself. You're still living in the life that's opposite of the life that you want. You got a spiritual quest, so, it's time to go on your true spiritual quest. I feel like you're going away from your spiritual quest. I almost feel like, when it comes to love, at least, like, you got to integrate both of it. I think that, I don't know, what's the sacral chakra oracle going to tell us here with this? Wow, creation. I feel like it's time for you to remember the creative spirit you have and the flow and the universal connection with creation that you have, and be open to the spiritual quest and where things go. Instead, I feel like you're more on like a quest of like the specific way it should be, and creative energy is not being afraid to create a kid, not being able to create love. Like this is like getting over your fears of the spiritual quest of the creativity and the love and the creation of things. Like, you can't be afraid to create things. You're trying to almost like limit yourself, I feel here. And it's time to get over that limitation. What's going on with the majors here? Tower card. This week, it's all coming down to finally bring you to a humble place of truth. That you got a Saturn card with that fucking. Whenever I see Saturn and the Tower card together, and I fucking see all this shit, and then here's Lancelot trying to save today. Like, you're gonna save yourself basically, and you're gonna realize that I know that you're trying to resurrect a lot, or you're too afraid to let go of something or end something that needs to end. But it's all coming down of why your whole love life's not working this week, and you just got to accept that and be positive about that and take the best of it, and remember to show your offerings instead of you looking for the offerings outside of yourself all the time. I'll pull you one last card here, and you did get the Ace of Wands. It's a whole new story of how you got to access your love, and it's a whole new way, and it's also not being afraid to lead with love instead of lead with all the other things first. Interesting. You did get in the Astro. You got Moon, Aquarius, 12th house. Wow, yeah, your subconscious emotions that are not connecting are so far away that people can't feel them. So you have to learn how to bring your emotions from behind the curtain, no matter how weird they are. And you got to bring those cold emotions out from behind the curtain and out from behind. Or they're not understandable because they're so weird and you don't bring them out. You got to... This is all about bringing it all out instead of, I don't know how to say this, but it's almost like you're playing with the smallest amount of your creative and powerful energy. You got to bring all that creative energy out, and it's going to probably tear down the life that you're trying to build right now to get you to the life that you really want. Back to you.
Yeah, Virgo, it really is like, you can't be scared of love right now. With the sun finishing up in Aries, square Pluto in your 5th, and this is the final time you're going to see that particular square. And you've had Pluto in the 5th for a long time. This is that final, I'm transforming my life to accept more love, to not be so strict. It's like you can be so strict on your love, you got to open that up. You have the best transits for relationships right now. Your 8th house, your 5th house, your 7th house, they're stacked. David teaches that in his schools. It's the glue, it's the relationships, it's the people, the balance, the alignment, and the love, and you're in a perfect point to create all of that into your life right now. and even change the whole story, because that's Taurus, your ninth house, where the North Node is, and Mercury North Node. Sun's coming into your ninth house. Like, you have to be willing to make a change in your love story, in who you connect with, in the emotional bonds, the passion, and like stop restricting it. Or you're just going to be like suppressed, and you're going to feel guilty that you didn't take advantage of this time to let in that pure energy that you do want. And Saturn's even in your sixth house in Aquarius. It's going to square that. It's square the nodes, but square Mercury too. It's like the biggest thing you don't want to do right now is let go of your routine and some schedule, but you actually need to take the authority back in your life to create a better schedule that actually welcomes in love and welcomes in people. Because with that seventh house, with Mars there, Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, like, you don't even know. You've never even felt love in a relationship with another person, or had that come in before until now. But if you're not open to it, and you're just going to block it and suppress it, you're going to miss out. So you don't want to miss out right now. Change the routine, change things up, and broaden your horizons. You need to broaden everything right now and stop being so particular. And you'll be good.
Yes. I have nothing left to say after that reading. We're getting down to the bottom here.